Perfect. Hello. How are you?
I'm going quite well.
It's good. It's good to hear. All right. One second.
Friends texting me. If you're still in here, Lightning, you're a nerd. I hate you. Stupid. He's my friend, and I love him so much.
Rushed it. Okay. Sorry, I had 18,000 people message me all at once. Can you see my center screen?
Yes, I can.
Let me
On
double
stream,
check
right?
this. We're here.
Oh wait, live, true.
You can see me? You can see what I'm talking about now?
Yes.
All right. Yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Hello. I'm going pretty well.
That's good to hear. One of my local Jiro enthusiasts, certainly currently my most vocal Jiro enthusiast in Twitch chat, has brought me a Jiro 2 deck. So, talk to me, dude. What's going on with this guy?
So, last time I went into deck docs, actually the time before that, because before was Cementos, I did Jiro 2 because I just wanted to understand the basics of what Jose did with his Jiro 2 initially.
Yeah.
Inspiring, absolutely stunning. This time, I just want to see what we can just sort of push limits with, because I have a very confident feeling that the original deck just couldn't push the necessary buttons to accommodate Tasty Riff being like even more. Because the original list was sort of like find the thing, do the thing, draw into the thing, which is fine, but I think there's like different ways to get the things easier, if that makes sense. For example, Final Smash, I can just put Tasty Riff on top of my deck and then draw into it with like the plethora of good draw power I have. Or Double Trouble, it has UA High. It's in my hand. I hate UA High being in my hands. I want to build it with Tasty Riff.
Yeah.
I play Double Trouble. I discard UA High. I play Double Trouble. Oh no, I play Tasty Riff. I build in UA High. I just want to see what other things I may have missed, or how I can make all of these other cool things easier to make Tasty Riff even easier.
Okay.
Also,
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. So the goal is just to, I'm a hero 2, just like do the finisher. Tasty Riff
awesome win con, yeah.
Many times as you can.
Yep.
With Final Smash, Double Trouble, Plummeting Punch, all that jazz.
Yeah. And also just be able to not die to Su 3 drawing the gas and just absolutely rolling me on like one turn.
Sure. So the first thing that I'm going to notice is that if you want consistency, this number needs to be lower. The number 70 is too big. It just frankly is. You're just not allowed to have 70 as a card, as the deck count. Strictly too big. In a I'm looking to find one attack.
That was the worrying point, but then I had the idea of Relaxed Demeanor, because if I have a big deck, I can put things selectively into my discard pile, and then I only need to draw just like a few things. Like, if I have Relaxed Demeanor, I only need to find Final Smash, or I need to find like UA High, or I need to find Friends of Animals and Celebrity Status. Like, it's sort of like a web that finds into the center. Grab Tasty Riff. And then when I get to the center of the web, there's a bunch of flies there called play Tasty Riff 600 times. Have fun.
Okay. Truthfully, I don't hate that idea. But why not take and just make the number smaller and keep your Relaxed Demeanor where it is?
I just don't know what to cut down, because I feel like if I cut down too much, I'm losing some other things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sort of scared of getting rid of some things because I know if I just get rid of a lot of nice cards, I'm not only getting rid of nice cards, I'm also getting rid of like block mods, and I got a really even block mod like coverage right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm just figuring what cards are too cute, what cards are like too good. It's just sort of a blur right now.
Yeah. I think the first thing that I would instantly snap cut is Plummeting Punch. You don't need this card.
Yeah.
This card is sideboard at best, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you already have 2 in the sideboard, and that's probably where they should exist.
I was worried about Plummeting Punch initially, but then I thought it's a 1 low block, and at the time I didn't have many low blocks. This was before I put in Demeanor, and that I just had like, I think only 9 low blocks, and it was really painful. I did think about adding
this is a 1
like
low block.
increasing self sack a bit. Yeah, I
This
did
is
think
just
about that
a
afterwards.
better 1 low block than this 1 low block, because this 1 low block sits on your board. This 1 low block checks
I was
a
also
5,
interested in Deadlock
which
too.
if the goal is I play a move, if the goal is on a 5, on a 5, on a 4, on a 5, on a 5, on a 4, on a 5, on a 5, on a 4, the number 3 is going to suck. We don't want the number 3.
Yeah, that is a tax in the My Hero Academia collectible card game.
Right? And so, like, I already, like, I'm playing, I think I'm just going to start mutilating your deck. No plummetings, double troubles at 1, final smashes at 1. These are not the combo. These are bonus things to help the combo. Right?
Yeah.
You should take I Won't Back Down and put it at the 4 of. Because it is an enabler that draws you a bonus card. It is either 3 applause counters and you get your momentum, which is what you want, or it's 2 applause counters and you replace itself. At Deadlock, it has Echo, which says that you just gain 3 counters.
Yeah.
I'm a Hero 2 gets to be a 3 of. This is the finisher.
That makes sense.
This card is never played as a form until you win the game. If you had to play this card as a form, the stats on it don't matter, right? Like, if you had to play this card as a form, it's because you actually saw all 3 of them, and you were like, I can't block 3 2 mids, right? So it's just a momentum.
Yeah.
Right?
I also treated it as like Breaker 2 a lot because a lot of my time I was just sort of biding time to, you know, do the thing, build myself like enough, and then do the thing with Tasty Riff. And Breaker 2 just felt really quality when I had it in my hand.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, like,
I could
it's
see
just
maybe
Ice Storm.
sideboarding one more if you like absolutely need it. But it's not Ice Storm
Yeah.
because it's a 5 diff, not a 4 diff.
That is true.
It has Ice Storm has powerful 3. That's a kill card. This card gives you a single counter. That's the only enhance this card has.
This is true.
That's it. And if you're not down for the 17 attacks, you could take one of these and make them 1 higher. If you so wished. If you so wished. The other thing that we could do as we look at... You're just not going to work? Okay. Let's look at good attacks. If you wanted to be absolutely crazy with it... what am I doing? You could do like Save a Million Strike in order to get your momentum for free, right? On the high block instead of some of these. Like just play it like a 1 of maybe. You could... We're going to keep looking. You could do the Agile Drop thing and play it at a 1 of. So you find Tasty Rift, you Agile Drop, discard 2 cards, grab another Tasty Rift.
That's interesting.
I don't hate that. I mean, it was working out in the Water Osprey deck extremely well. It's 3 high for 5.
Yeah.
Like this card, honestly, is probably just better than what Double Trouble's got going on. Because this card also says discard 2 cards, right? You just discard UA high and something else.
Yeah.
In order to go grab
actually
the
just
Tasty
get
Rift
rid of
and then...
Double Trouble.
Yeah. The thing about Double Trouble is
that's actually so much better.
10 damage, and it's discard momentum to potentially get 6 counters, right? Which feels pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll try Agile Drop. Maybe even like toss it up to the 2 of and see what happens. Because man, Tasty Riff into Agile Drop felt so good to then like capture Evildoer's Tasty Riff, like continue to rock and roll. It just like forces you to like find the combo, and you're a 7-hander, right? I actually really like the attack lineup as is. I'm not in love with Final Smash, but I get why it's there, right?
Yeah.
Up next. Sorry. Instead of this, it could also be. Rewind throttle, because this is important.
Yeah,
right?
I originally saw Rewind Throttle as like the thing. It did the really cool thing, but then my brain like switched into a different gear. Like I want Tasty Riff, I don't want Selective Commit, but all in all, I do think Selective Commit is also really good. So honestly, I'm half and half on both of them. Yeah. I wouldn't mind having Final Smash in main. I wouldn't mind having it inside. I wouldn't mind it just being completely gone. Sure. I think at this point, my playtesting friend is we're going to play TTS like after this, and we're just going to see what works.
Sure.
So I'll do a version with Final Smash, without Final Smash, with Rewind Throttle, you know.
Yeah, it easily could be like 2 of these I Won't Back Downs just become throttles, right? Because the other thing about this is Riff is the only high block in your deck, and we've got Agile and Won't Back Down. We could just take the Final Smash and make it that, and like it does something different, or take one of the I Won't Back Downs and make it something different.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. Let's talk assets. Obviously, 4 of actions, 2, 4. This totally makes sense. Fierce Wings to go pick up Capture Evildoers so that your tasty riffs don't have to.
Too easy.
Foundations. Let's just look at them. Raid of the Villain Hideout. Why is this here?
Checks to block get +1. It's also an ally, so for some reason, if I've already used all of my Friends of Animals, they're gone. I have something else to build, or if I have no other options. Also, discard a card. My attacks get +2 damage. Felt sort of quality at the time because I only had Double Trouble for discard and preparing for battle.
Sure.
But at this point, I'm indifferent to it. I had an XR version of it, so I was like a little biased.
Sure. I think that this card is bad.
It makes sense. I understand why.
Because we don't care about the damage at all. We care about 25 counters.
The win con.
Right? And if they if they die along the way, so be it. They die. If they die, they die. And so like I'm not actively trying to get the +2 damage. That doesn't matter to me. Truthfully, it just doesn't matter. So I'm cutting.
That
this
makes
card.
sense.
Dance routine.
It's just
I like this card
nice
a lot.
Speed.
Playable committed
Yeah,
+1 -1 speed is very good. And also, like looking at our blocks, I guess they're pretty even, right? Relaxed demeanor. What are you tossing with this card? Is it just Riff, so you don't check the 2?
I think, mostly it was Riff or anything that I lacked. So if I didn't have Capture Evildoers in my discard pile, if I didn't have UA High in my discard pile, just anything that I needed in my discard pile at the time that I didn't have because it was in the deck.
Yeah. My issue with that is this word on the card. It's really good. Get out of chat and talk to me. It's really good at putting the attacks in the discard pile because that's all it can add. Search your deck for 1 attack, add it to your discard pile.
Actually, yeah, I didn't read the attack part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it mainly just be Tasty Riff.
Can I hit you with like a lame expression? Better to have loved and lost than to never loved at all. If
Yeah,
you
that's lame as hell, Tam.
If you decide to just give up on the rock and roll dream and just instantly toss your tasty riffs in your discard pile, you never have a chance to draw them.
Huh.
Ride the lightning, my
That's
man.
not bad.
Just draw them. Just draw the good ones. You don't need
That's fair.
You don't need to discard the cards out of there. You're just gonna draw the good ones. You're a 7-hander that says draw 3. You got this. Just draw them. I don't.
In
think
that
you need
case,
this
are we
guy
able to put it
even a
at
little
like
bit.
a 2 or 1?
I'm down for you to leave it at 1, and then you'll realize you never want to play it, and that's acceptable to me. Preparing for battle should be a 1 of. We're just trying to make cuts here. Discard a card, draw a card. It's doing the thing that your 3-diff was doing, but it also like draws you a card, and then your character gets to re-ready it back up. Perfect.
It felt very quality.
Yeah. Let's look and see what our deck count is. We're at 62, which is feeling good. Our numbers still look great here. Already, this looks better, but I want to try and bring it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Celebrity status.
This card,
Go ahead.
it was really good in testing.
Yeah.
Because anytime, like just on the random off chance, I had 0 chance of making it further with Tasty Riff, and I could not play the Capture Evildoers. I could not clear my card pool. I had to end my turn with a Tasty Riff in my momentum. I had celebrity status as an outing. Or on the off chance that I play Command Pigeon Flock, I already have momentum, so play Command Pigeon Flock. I build Friends of Animals. Friends of Animals, remove it, add Tasty Riff to discard, celebrity status, and then draw into it. It's just another one of the things that I think grab Tasty Riff by those means.
Sure.
And in playtesting, it felt really quality because there was just like a few lines that I wasn't able to make because I lacked the necessary resources. But then I saw like I could play Flock, I could play Status, and do the thing.
I like celebrity status a lot. I wanted to put it at a 2 of and kill Destined.
Kill Destined?
Yeah, you don't get. It's just. Hey, am I gonna check a 5? That's all this card is. In order to draw the attack, you have to just rip it off the top, unless you've got celebrity status.
I saw it as a cheaper single-use passing the torch because you could sort of like it's just cheaper as a 1-diff, and I didn't want to have like too many 2-diffs in my hands, like just sort of balancing out the amount of difficulty foundations I had. Because if I had like too many 2-diffs, I mean at the time there was like a lot more from what I remember, and I just didn't draw into what I had.
I just want to cut this number down more, right? Like I want to get like 59 cards so that you just draw the card more.
Yeah.
Like that's what I care about.
By all means then.
Yeah. And then like this is a cheaper version of it, but this is flip, but your character just says you re-ready your passing. So like passing just isn't a cost in your character. Like it just isn't. So like the flip and I never use it ever again, like who cares? We'll get rid of Destiny.
That's true.
If you feel like you're missing it, obviously put it back in. But like, I just don't think.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. What am I? Let's go look at foundations real fast. Because my brain is saying that we are missing one good one, and I know what it is, but I just want to go take a peek real fast. Fan favorite. You're not a pro hero. I also don't think we need 4 nice tries, but
yeah.
I think that we can get away with 2 just because our character says -2 speed on everything as well.
Actually, yeah, that's reasonable. I can do nice try too.
It'd be like, would you play 4 nice tries in a Racerhead? Probably not.
Does a Razorhead match the symbols?
No. But would you is the question. Yeah. The answer is maybe because it like re-readies itself, but like you already re-ready it. So it counts as more than 2 foundations, but like... And also our low blocks are a little low. So like it could just be something else.
Unintended.
What did I do? What?
Low blocks are sort of low.
Oh, that was not intended.
Yeah, Captain Obvious.
This one. this one. Okay. This is what I got. So, Lost in Thought, same idea as the Rewind Throttle. Just being able to be like, hey, that move doesn't, that answer doesn't work. And then be good.
Yeah.
New training method. I would like to go and pick up my Pass and Torch. I'm going to go pick up my Soulful Renditions. I'm going to go pick up my Celebrity Status. These are the power cards in my deck. I want to have them in my hand. Also, you play your first move. You check a 5. Respond, flip, and grab it. Use Jiro. Ready your face down new training method. It just says flip, pick it up. The commit cost on this card doesn't exist. And then Manly Passionate Guy. You should be ending the turn. If you like have like a good Tasty Riff poke turn and didn't quite, you got to 18 counters. You should have a million cards in your hand, and so that is a build block move, or block build, with the Manly Passionate Guys.
All right, that seems reasonable.
But like those are slots that like that's relaxed demeanor, that's preparing for battle. And we haven't even talked about the fact of like we could be playing more copies of Self-Sack in order to unflip things. Like these are just ideas, and maybe like this exists in the sideboard, and like you're not in love with surprising skill because the block is really bad, and so it becomes like 2 copies of New Training Method. New Training Method also lets you like safely on turn 1 build twice, which means you can't check a 2, right? You play New Training Method. You've got your Friends of Animals in hand. You go on a 2 on a 2 on a 2. You guarantee build 4, including your 3-diff combo starter.
Yeah.
And so, like, that is ultra powerful as well.
Agree. I think in this instance, I can completely cut Nice Try and then add in like stuff that you suggested, like New Training Method or Lost in Thought.
Let's do 2 of them. Because this card is still good enough, right? Because sometimes -2 speed isn't enough. Let's do -4. But this card does ready itself, and we're allowed to seal it and ready it, and then commit it again. So it counts as 2 foundations on our turn and 1 foundation on their turn, which is, or 2 foundations on our turn, 2 foundations on their turn, because it commits for -2 speed. So that's very strong. It also is like a really good thing to build in with the New Training Method.
That's true.
Is New Training Method better than Dance Routine? Because that might just be the angle.
That's actually a question. I think put it in for now, because I'm sort of curious. I just can't remember if a lot of the people I'm versing, as if it's just not one person, a lot of the people that I'm versing is just like playing moves that somehow are lower than 4. Because I remember playtest person who was doing Sue before, they didn't play a lot of attacks that had more than like 4 or more. So it felt like I couldn't -2 unless I had whatever the name of the foundation you just cut was, because I'm
Dance
really
Routine.
silly.
So
Dance Routine.
If it's less than 4, don't you just block it then? Because its speed is less than 4?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think at the time my mind just didn't process that, because maybe I was already committed out trying to like just do the thing.
Sure.
But yeah, again, it's probably just like really bad experiences and then sort of warping my understanding of what I'm probably meant to do as opposed to trying to do.
We're going to put in 1 Lost in Thought. We're going to put in 1 Manly Passionate Guy. And whenever you decide that you don't like Relaxed Demeanor, inevitably, after you test with it a little bit, I want you to either put it in as a Self-Sack or another Manly Passionate Guy.
Understood.
Doctor's order. I'm just kidding. Yeah, and that's 60. We cut 10 cards out of your deck. Cut 10 cards in 3 attacks.
That feels pretty good.
You're going to find this more. You just are. If you need more foundation room, the next cut would be one of these Fierce Wings, because it's a fail-safe option. It is panic, go find a block. and/or go find the capture evildoers. It also says that you just like get to build a key piece for free, right? After one of my foundations is committed or destroyed due to a rival effect, build a non-unique foundation for my discard pile.
Friends of animals, exactly. Well, you just got like so many things you can build to like just sort of cancel things out. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like build them all, right? Yeah.
This character is so much cooler than I originally anticipated. I just thought this was a 7-hand size defensive character.
Let's
Absolutely
not get it twisted. This character is very cringe at this exact second.
I know.
Because this card is cringe. As soon as this card leaves, I think this character becomes way cooler because you actually have to try and work and play the game with your opponent instead of play the game at your opponent. And playing the game at your opponent is lame.
Yeah.
The character drops significantly in the tier list, but is still just as interesting and compelling to play. But Capture Evildoer is just doing so much work for this character. Super lame. It might even say that like life and water become like more relevant, but there's just like no reason not to like this character's boring because like good is the only symbol you should play them on because Capture Evildoers exist.
When Capture Evildoers gets banned, I'm gonna do another deck doc like showing what life would do or like what water would do. God forbid I play any water deck, but like I'll be back with a life list when eventually when Capture Evildoers gets banned.
Oh yeah. I'm probably gonna make a Jiro 2 underwater just so I can tasty riff Zero Skies people or Falling Skies people.
Actually, that sounds cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a high too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, Cog's already turning for that.
Have fun. Hey, for your life build, Tetra Terror picks up Tasty Riff if you can make it land.
I was about to trade. Actually, no. I originally was just going to throw away my Tetra Terror to like someone else because I didn't like Tetra Terror at all.
If you can make Tetra Terror land, you just go pick up Tasty Riff and then play it for free.
Hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
And then if you echo it, you just get 2 riffs. You play riff, play riff. All right. Anyways, man, final thoughts? We're not talking about the good symbol. Or talking about the life symbol. We're talking about the good symbol. So.
I think currently it's a lot slimmer and it's a lot better in my eyes right now. I like it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just have to switch numbers around if at all it feels uncomfortable.
Hell yeah. I love that. All right, dude. Stay on the line long enough for me to shoot the list, and you have a good rest of your night, okay?
All right, you too. Thank you very much.
See you, buddy.